Gauri, you can start now.
Okay, sir. Good evening to everyone present. The Dr. Manu.V.L.Kothari, Chair and Division of Medical Humanities and the Gosumec Alumni Association under the patronage of Dr. Sangeeta Rawat, Dean CGS Medical College and KEM Hospital. Welcome you to this session of reminiscence. I request the tech team to play the video of Division of Medical Humanities. It is the students of past and present that make our college what it is. So, as our twin institutes move towards their centenary, we wanted to give a virtual platform to every batch of GSMC to share their fondest memories of college. Their thoughts and emotions will be preserved forever in the form of this reminiscence. I request the tech team to show the GAA membership form. To remain connected to our alma mater and informed about the activities in KEM, including its centenary celebration, we request you to become members of Gosumec Alumni Association, the official alumni body of SAGE GSMC. All the details and this membership form are available on KEM website. Now I request the tech team to show the video of Gosumec Foundation.
Introducing Gosumec Foundation USA, where our mission is to connect, contribute, and engage. We aim to foster a dynamic connection within our geographically diverse community while nurturing the growth and development of our alma mater. Central to our mission is the paramount goal of supporting student welfare, ensuring the next generation of graduates receive the resources and guidance they need to thrive. Please visit our website, gosumec.org, and delve into meticulously curated content showcasing the captivating history of our institution, along with notable milestones and achievements. Discover insightful pages dedicated to the M.V.L.Kothari Division of Medical Humanities and delve into the treasure trove of our alma mater's archives. Engage with our dedicated studio page and immerse yourself in inspiring features such as Alumni of the Month and insightful contributions from experts like Dr. Dilip Jeste and Dr. Jag Singh. With something for everyone, gosumec.org serves as a dynamic canvas for collaboration and growth. Exciting news! Our secure web based portal, now complemented by a convenient mobile app, is officially live. To join Gosumecs worldwide, yes, even from Iceland, simply click the login link at the top right corner of our webpage or visit alumni.gosumec.org. Our alumni community progresses through four stages: recent graduates navigating their entry into the professional world, early settlers establishing careers and families, seasoned professionals leveraging their expertise to empower others, and legacy members creating a lasting impact for future generations. Through our foundation, we unite alumni from diverse backgrounds, fostering a sense of belonging and camaraderie. Here, you can securely engage with one another, share wisdom on message boards, and thrive by creating and sharing content. Additionally, benefit from various opportunities, including training positions, jobs, and who knows, you may even find your life partner here. Join us on this journey of connection, contribution, and collective engagement. Join us in expanding our global community by becoming ambassadors of the Gosumec Foundation. As leaders and class representatives, your role is pivotal in welcoming fellow Gosumec friends and fostering engagement. Connect with one another, share insights, seize opportunities, and participate in vibrant message boards. Your contributions, including sharing artistic content, enrich our community, transforming it into a valuable network of connections. Together, we navigate the complexities of our world, supported by the bonds forged within our Gosumec family. With gratitude, Sanjay Bindra, representing the board at Gosumec Foundation USA.
Gosumec Foundation has started an exciting scholarship program for students, and to tell you more about it, we have a small video by Dr. Sanjay Bindra, President of the Foundation.
Gosumec Foundation USA scholarships passionately strive to empower deserving students by offering crucial need based support, unlocking doors to success, and shattering the constraints of financial barriers. In its inaugural year of 2023, the Bridges to MBBS and More Scholarship with Jyoti Shanbag Haven Initiative proudly embraced and uplifted 17 scholars, comprising 16 dedicated medical students and one passionate occupational therapy student. Notably, the initiative celebrated the inclusion of four inspiring female scholars, marking an important step towards a brighter and more inclusive future. In the heart of Seth Gordon Das Sundardas Medical College, the growing demand for financial assistance resonates deeply, especially among our dedicated students pursuing paths as occupational therapists, physical therapists, and medical technicians. It's disheartening to acknowledge that occupational therapy students, and medical technicians, despite their immense dedication, do not currently receive government aid, making them the most vulnerable in their need for support. Together, let's bridge this gap and stand strong with these aspiring professionals. The Gosumec Foundation USA passionately envisions a united Gosumec community supporting our noble cause, the Collaborative Scholarship Project. We dream of creating a nurturing space for students globally with backing not only from the US, but India and globally as well. Guided by Dean Dr. Sangeeta Rawat, this initiative will persist in championing students, fulfilling their financial needs, and offering invaluable mentorship through the Dosti initiative and the compassionate touch of the medical humanities team. Together, let's weave a tapestry of support, transcending borders and fostering dreams. The Gosumec Foundation USA pledges to amplify the impact of every rupee raised in India, creating an exponential doubling of support that reaches even more students. Every rupee raised in India will be matched by the foundation. Contributions in US dollars from the US and around the world will find their way to the DGST account at KEM, while Indian donors can directly contribute in rupees, enjoying tax advantage donations to DGST. The joyous anticipation of students upon receiving this much needed scholarship is a testament to the transformative power of collective generosity. Let's come together, hand in hand, and passionately spread the message. Let's encourage and uplift one another to support this noble initiative, benefiting numerous aspiring professionals at our beloved alma mater, a place that has enriched us both professionally and personally. The unifying force of gratitude and generosity is poised to unleash an avalanche of much needed assistance, ensuring the enduring legacy of our cherished institution. Together, our collective efforts will make a profound impact and carry forward the spirit of giving back. The need based support provided by the Collaborative Scholarship Project is not just a financial aid, it's a catalyst for a virtuous cycle. In this cycle, today's recipients are poised to become tomorrow's donors, creating a profound amplification and sustainable continuity for this heartfelt initiative. It's more than assistance, it's the transformative power of reciprocity, ensuring that the spirit of giving thrives and grows through the hands of those who were once recipients. Exciting news for Indian Gosumecs. Join forces with Dean Dr. Sangeeta Rawat, Dr. Lopa Mehta, and HOD Physiology Dr. Shenvi. Your participation can create a meaningful impact as you contribute tax deductible funds to the Diamond Jubilee Society Trust, DJST. For every student supported with rupees 60,000 in fees, Gosumec Foundation USA will match that support, thus doubling the impact. Don't miss this incredible opportunity to collaborate, create positive change, and support a cause that truly matters. With gratitude, Gosumec Foundation USA.
Now I request Dr. Kothari ma'am to take over the proceeding.
Thank you, Gauri. So today we will have part 2 of the interview of Dr. R.S. Satoskar by Dr. Nirmala Rege ma'am and Lopa Mehta ma'am. So for those of who missed part 1, which we played last Saturday, I'd like to give a brief introduction to Dr. Satoskar and a small recap of what happened in part 1. Dr. R.S. Satoskar is an alumnus of the 1946 batch who, after completing his MBBS, went on to do his BSc in pharmacology and then his PhD from University of Sheffield, UK. In the UK, he also trained extensively in the advanced use of radioisotope technology. After returning from UK, Sir joined as an assistant professor in pharmacology at St. GS Medical College and then went on to become the professor in St. GS Medical College, followed by professor and head at LTMMC, TNMC, and then returned as professor and head of Department of Pharmacology at KEM, as well as the director of clinical pharmacology. In his long career spanning several years, Sir has been the recipient of several awards, fellowships, and has also held several important positions in both national and international organizations such as the ICMR, CSIR, WHO, etc. In part 1 of Sir's interview, we learned about Sir's roots in Konkan, his early years as a student at St. GS Medical College, and how he moved from a career in internal medicine to pharmacology when he joined as a research fellow in pharmacology under Dr. Professor Lewis. We learned about how Sir collaborated with clinical departments such as the medicine department to carry out path-breaking research on topics like the role of steroids in tetanus. We learned about how he set up a radioisotope unit in KEM and his legendary endocrine OPD with Dr. Bhandarkar. Towards the end of part 1 of his interview, Sir talked about how the idea of writing his legendary book in pharmacology came about, how the book is unique because it gives the clinical perspective to pharmacology, and his collaboration with Dr. Bhandarkar in writing the book. So now we move on to part 2, where we learn further about Sir's journey and his experiences in KEM. So I request Tushar to please play part 2 of the interview. Thank you.
Sure, ma'am.
Lalita Kameshwaran, I know her by name. Then Mukherjee, B. Mukherjee, was a very senior pharmacologist from Calcutta. He was contemporary of Professor Franz Pay. He wrote an excellent review on our book. He said, pharmacology should be taught. This is the way to teach it. I got to do that. And every college, he said, I hope that every college teaches the pharma this way. And then, of course, the other reviews were there in Indian journal, I don't. But whatever that, review was no matter. Students liked it. And by that time, I left UK, America, on Ford Foundation. This time to study reproduction biology. And I spent 1 year in OBGYN department. Again a clinical department with reproduction biology and of course. That is where I was exposed to clinical research that were going on obstetric and gynecology with reproduction. That is OCPL, another thing that was coming that time only, recently. Contraceptive and all those things. And that helped me quite a lot. And that is the first time there was a lot of work going on the hormonal estimations because of radioisotope, FSH, LH and all those, that work was going on. So I was exposed to latest information on that whole thing, which helped me to push in the third edition of my book on my career. When I left there, these people wrote me first edition is finished, we want to do second edition. I said, what can you do? I am here, I can't do it. So, Kale and Bhandarkar, what they did, they added drug interaction and it kept the whole book same. Only 2 pages of drug interaction was added in the general pharmacology, and second edition was taken out in my absence because there was great demand. I came there in 1968, I came back from our foundation and then they wanted me to stay, and the American people wanted me to stay in the department. I refused. But I told them, you train enough for a person, and I asked Khalid whether you would like to go. He said, yes, I would like to go. So I fixed him, and I came and he left. But he left even before I came here, already to join them in their department. But he had different plans, which he didn't tell me that time. And I don't blame him anyway. My plan was that just like I developed isotope here, I should develop reproduction biology there in science. I could not succeed because Kale, after going there, when he was finishing his 1-year course, he told me that he is not coming back. He passed his ECFMG already here and he changed his line and he joined pediatrics. So we lost Kale. I wrote him a letter that you have promised, you are committed to the institution, at least you come back, work and then you go. But then the situation was, he may not be able to go later on because municipalities' problem is different, bond, this, that. So basically to run away. And that's what happened in many cases. I don't know, there are many other cases, same thing happened. In Sion Hospital, Nair Hospital, when I was there, same thing happened. In Nair Hospital, when I was there, Dr. Kopikar was working with me. And Kopikar was working, I put in there on the isotope he was working. He was good at it. When he was working in isotope, Kopikar, I told why Kopikar, why don't you apply for fellowship, this Commonwealth fellowship, and go to England? He said, sir, you require Godfather, then you may not get this thing in Delhi wala, they never give us this, that. I said, you apply at least, then you say something. I made him apply, and I told him you apply to postgraduate medical school. And I told him, don't apply in pharmacology, apply for nuclear medicine. With that experience which was there in our, he got fellowship in nuclear medicine to work at postgraduate medical school at Hammersmith. Worked there for 1 year, got his MSc. Came back, worked for 1 year with me, and one fine morning, Kopikar disappeared. Four fighters gone. I said, what? Where is the Kopikar? So we inquired his house. They said, we don't know. We are also looking for him. They also don't know where Kopikar is. He landed in America. And then he became a radiologist. And he has become so much rich that he has a private aeroplane. He is there in somewhere in Illinois. And he met lot. His wife was in community medicine. She joined later on. Since then, Kopikar never met me again. He must have come to Bombay many times. Somehow he must be feeling that how can I see Dr. Satoskar? His Kopikar's relation brother came to me once asking me to sign a letter saying that he knows Kopikar and he is there because the money was received. I said, where is Kopikar? They said, I don't know. His brother tells me, yeah, you don't know. I said, you don't know Kopikar, where your brother doesn't know. And you want me to sign that he is alive and everything? You see, tomorrow something happens, how can I do that? You tell me where is and what is that, then I will sign. They didn't do that. I don't know what they did later on. They have just kept the top secret because of the, I don't know, the bond and all that. Anyway, that is what I am trying to tell you how this happened. I don't blame these people because the authorities were listening. So, that was in 1968. That was in the Sion Hospital. That's how the book was born. And in 68, again I was transferred to Nair Hospital. Actually, professors were never transferred like that. Because they were on the same post. Same post, If you ask transfer yourself, they used to say, no, we can't do it. So, I was transferred not because of my request, because to help somebody else. I was easily available, so I accommodate somebody else. I was just transferred from here, from there. So I landed in Nair Hospital. So I spent Nair Hospital. By that time, when Rundani came, Rundani discontinued my coming to KM Hospital. And that isotope department, laboratory, was transferred overnight to Department of Medicine, KG Nair. KG Nair took over the laboratory. KG Nair did not know ABC of isotope. I can tell you that. He asked Dr. Bhandarkar to look after. Because Bhandarkar was his department man. I was happy because Bhandarkar was close to me, so there was no problem. But my communication continued here. Bhandarkar was managing this thing, and KG Nair to take the problem. And my coming to JM Hospital was stopped. Dr. Rundani thought there was no need of Dr. Satoskar here to come and continue. I don't know why, who advised him. Because they were not paying me anything. I was doing for credit. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I didn't bother about it. And from Sion I was transferred to Nair. Again for somebody to help somebody else. I went there again 4 or 5 days ago. And in Nair, I started doing something about reproduction. Reproduction biology. And Shanta Desai, she was trained here at RNC. She was looking after Kopikar, already I mentioned, but we started sperm lab. And we started research of the problem, but then it became so popular that all Nair hospital is sending their sperm examination to our lab. That time, even she will know Raki, and I brought lot of material from Los Angeles when I came about how to identify abnormal sperms and all those things, how to test them, etc. And we introduced that. And at least one article was published in Journal of Andrology on our work on this. And 2 articles came in anyway from that time. In there 5 years I was there in the Nair Hospital. Isotope department was there, Kopikar left of course, and even the Nair Hospital department was uplifted. So many people were, so they were, not having postgraduate, technicians were there, they are never done MSc. So in my time there we got 2 people got MSc, medicine, and they became senior scientific officer and all, otherwise they were stagnated there all the time. And then Professor Sheikh retired. That was in 1978, I said, something like that. Of course, I get my communication with KM Hospital. In 78, Sheikh retired. Who will come to KM? Was the question. Next senior person would have gone to KM. And next senior person was Dr. Bijlani.
From Nair.
From Nair, who was not interested in pharmacology at all. Bijlani was my sister Nair. He was interested in buying and selling. Don't write the names there. Buying and selling, bidding shares. And he also advised me how to invest money. He said, if you have some money, invest just now into this flat. His wife was, I don't know what qualification she had. She was running nursing home. I don't know what. Anyway, so he was very keen of remaining at Nair because it was very cozy and he had established his own thing. He used to come in the morning, do his work, keep the bag and leave the department. If somebody asks where, the Saab is already there, he has kept the bag, he must have gone somewhere nearby. Hospital mein gaya hoga. I didn't bother because it was very difficult to correct these people. I did, both parties are very in mind. So he was very keen, promotion. And so he was working of remaining in Nair. And he was very keen of pushing me out. Then, and fortunately for him, and for me also, he had a connection in one minister, health minister in the government. Same caste, probably same classmate, I don't know. I know the name, but I won't give the name. So, through him, he moved the commissioner. I didn't do anything. So one day he asked me, sir, do you mind if you go to KM? I said, no, why should I mind KM? I was here, I went to science, now I'm Nair. Now I'll go back to KM. Anyway, I was in KM, I was going. And lucky for me, C.K. Deshpande was dean here. Was my classmate, he knew me very well. He didn't want Vijlani here at all. He thought the department will go down. So he was pulling me and Vijlani was pushing me. So without doing anything, one day I got an order that you are transferred to KM. This is how landed in KM. And that was a surprise for their people also. But I don't know. But KM by that time, the lower staff was a staff which I did not teach because those 5-10 years I was out, Sayan and Nair. So all these people, Danukar, Shirsagar, and all those people, they were doctors, UK sheds. I was not teaching them. So everybody was suspicious. Who is this Satoskar? How will we be? And people have heard something different thing about me as a teacher, whatever it is. So they were quite scared. Some of them were even scared about me. Initially, I don't know, everybody has his own thing. Even Nima must be having a different opinion about me. I'm 100% sure. Who is this person? What is he? Everybody was there. But that was good for me because they were scared about me. I was not doing any harm to them. It's better that people scared about you so that they will at least anticipate in life. That is how I landed in Kenya. By that time, of course, nuclear medicine department became totally different. Dr. Tilme took over, you see, and Kijina retired, and later on it became a department of nuclear medicine. Now it is a big department, In orthopedic, they got a big this thing, lot of new equipment, lot of money poured in, and Tilme looks after that department. So that has become different. Now, when I came to KM, that was in 1978, Professor State has started those clinical wards.
Yes.
Those were not there in my time. We did a lot of clinical work, but in somebody else's ward. We didn't have clinical wards that time. So, those clinical wards were there, and they were financed by CDRI. Financed CDRI completely. So when I came there, this is something interesting, just I'm telling you, it may not be important, but important point, I'm telling you how things work in different ways. I was interested in clinical medicine. But when I came there, CDRI people came to Bombay, Dr. Dhawan and Anand, director, met Dr. Deshpande and told him they would like UK Shed to continue that work as our consultant or whatever of CDRI. Although he's retiring, see, so you should do that. So Deshpande said, it's okay, but technically the department belongs to pharmacology, and in municipality you cannot ask somebody else to work there outside like that. You can appoint him, but then he will be person to department of pharmacology. So I remember very vividly, ground floor, C.K. Deshpande was sitting, Anand was there, Dhawan was there, and they called me, somebody had come from CDRI, they would like to, he wants to meet me. So I went down. So they said, this is the proposition, Dr. Sheth would like to, they like take there, etc. What is your reaction? I said, very fine, I'll be very happy, I have good relationship, I have no objection for that. But if he is going to head that, he should fully head it. What they wanted, that he will fully head it and all these papers will be signed by me as head of the department. How can I challenge Sheth? It would have been an extremely difficult, embarrassing situation. You work as a head, work there, and whatever you do and send me paper for signing, I said, I have no ambition, I welcome him, he can be head there, whatever. You keep it separately, but I will not sign the papers. You made it different. I am very happy. But that they couldn't do. Because again, Dhawan and Anand, that time didn't know who is Satoskar, they were suspicious, what will happen, what will happen, because CDRI had given some drugs and work was going on, this, that, etc. Ultimately, they had to agree. By the time Dr. Sheth got a job in Nepal. So, C.K. Deshpande said, no, I can't do. If Satoskar says like that, it's correct. He can be there, he signed his thing. I can't make it sign his paper. So, okay, so I came there. So ultimately the thing came to me. And let me tell you one thing. In my time, 4 drugs of CDRI which were stuck, nothing had happened. They are senbutenol, senbucridine, curcumin, sencroman. They were extensively studied in that. And articles were published first time. They were stuck. They were not done that time at all. And then Dr. Dhawan came to realize what Satoskar is. And then he called me once, you are a taskmaster. And on those 4 drugs, CDRI made a big tamasha. By that time, when I retired in 85, they had celebration at Lucknow. Rajiv Gandhi was invited. Achievement of CDRI. And those 4 drugs which we investigated, I got involved, Dr. Das Gupta, for psychiatry, I got involved, our psychiatrist Dungaji. And we did a lot of work with Dungaji and senbutenol. I got for psychiatrists, I got still anesthesia, I got Das Gupta involved. And that article on anesthesia was published in American Journal of Anesthesia. Sencroman, I got RRR involved in it. Ashok Bajjan's wife. And then curcumin we did some work also. And CDRI, achievement of senbutenol and all those drugs, there was a big function in Lucknow. And who attended it on pharmacology? Remember? Dr. Karan Gupta, who didn't know anything about that work. Because the work was done by me, that there were articles were published. But when the function with Rajiv Gandhi and everybody was there, and that was done. So very, don't write that. These are the very, when I remember all those things, how things happen, it's very interesting. And that unfortunately for CDRI, that senbutenol, it would have come 4 or 5 years earlier, it should have been successful. What happened? After chlorpromazine, very rapidly, new drugs came in the market. And CDRI could not get drug investigated for years together. Could not get published anything, no data. And by the time we did it, it was already late. No company was ready to put because already other drugs were in the market. Haloperidol and all those things. So that is how the clinical side will take. So this is the first, And I retired that way in 1985, earlier, 1 year earlier, I took voluntary retirement. And Dr. Kothari followed me. So, by that time, of course, department, of course, in pharmacology, that I know last 7-8 years I was there in AM, that was 78 to 85. Many people doesn't know because on the board I'm shown professor from 78 to 85. They were not doing that. I am there in the contract from 1958
Right
or
from the beginning.
continuously. And my communication remained there. And I'm fortunate to have people like me, that I'm still in Department of Pharmacology. Keep going on with it. And now we'll be completing almost 50 years for the book. 25th edition will come next year.
And most of these editions were with Dr. Bhandarkar.
Bhandarkar remained with me all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, all the time. He was very sincere. Very sincere. There is no question about that. That's what I told you, that if you come across with good people, few good people can contribute far more than a big staff, I can tell you that. I would prefer that people who are dedicated, devoted, determined and disciplined. 4 Ds, as they call it. You see, they can achieve quite a lot. And you have a huge staff, very difficult. You don't know. And even with book now, I know what difficulty I am having now. You see, because I myself is gradually going down. So fortunately, I am trying to tell her you have to get ready to lift this whole thing further off. It remained there for 50 years now. And it was Russian edition came of that book, you know that. You don't understand, I can show you the Russian edition, it is here. देखो ते दोन पुस्तक वाली बघ समोर दिसतात बघा ती हा ती दोन आहेत
Mine used to be so small.
It was in 2 volumes, no? Book was in 2 volumes.
काय इंटरेस्टिंग वाटलं ना की नाही वाटलं Mine was a student.
This was before Russia split.
Now she had
When Russia was one Russia.
but Rupa was also very spiritual, always standing first.
अगं त्यांचा चहा कॉफी करतात
करते ना मी तिकडून जाते मला चहा घरी जायचं ते तेव्हा तू इतक्या दंगल झाले ते ऐकायला
ब्रेक घेऊया काय 5 मिनिटं
And we
चहा
did, of
पिण्याचं
course.
काय करायचं
5 मिनिटं घेऊन
घ्या
And you know,
ना take your.
Lopa, my book was twice financed partly by National Book Trust. And we sold the book for 23 rupees. One time we sold it 23 rupees. Whole edition was sold out even before print. Now, of course, there are other books. Now there are other books, computer. And nowadays people don't want to read more. They want short books because your whole system is diluted. Student diluted. Everybody wants marks. And everybody wants to read short notes. Exam, for the exam period, nobody is interested in knowledge. And that is our bad system. I and Nima always fight on this. Because in education, I keep putting, what is wrong with us. India has failed on 2 counts. One is our population, huge population level. 2, our education system. And lack of education. Still we have so many people who are not the big scholars, who are not learned, whatever, they don't know how to write. So education we failed, and formerly, till recently, corruption was not there in judiciary and education. Now corruption is everywhere. Even judiciary. Education is, of course, corruption. I don't want to explain. Somebody has written about the doctors recently a book. I showed him the other day from Pune.
Yes.
Shukla and his thing. That was, we were discussing on TV the other day. Corruption among the medical profession. Very big book is there now. how it is happening and what is happening. Of course, everybody knows that. Because of that, personally I feel there is nothing wrong. As far as I am concerned, I am quite happy. Because there is nothing much to achieve. I don't bother. I achieved far more than what I expected. That is okay. But what makes me unhappy is if you want to improve, then you must have this work efficiency, work culture, work discipline. Unless you have that, you don't have work culture, work efficiency, and work discipline, nothing can be achieved. We talk about hard work, Nima, but let me tell you, we are not doing hard work. That is my personal opinion. Whatever is your opinion, I don't know. I am talking about, I am not individual. Nima may be doing hard work. I am talking about in general Indians as general. And on the top of it, we have corruption. Even when these have nothing to do with the pay, I tell you. Now the pay had double, triple, and now 30% increase coming. But I know, as soon as the new year starts, the staff looks at the number of holidays in the year and how many are connected with Sunday. You see, and how we can go. Whatever difficulties we have difficulties. But we have to accept that if you are even in India, these difficulties are there. What you require devotion. If you don't, and we cannot do research work, quality research work, because we lack idea. The whole system teaches you one way, getting marks and passing. If I would have done a lot of research work, but if I had no PhD, I would not have become professor. Because I don't fit in that. But in America, it is different. Indifferent. तुम्हाला माहिती आहे अभयच्या दोन मुली येतात त्या. They have got direct admission on medicine.
Very good.
शाळा संपल्यानंतर अभयच्या मुली who are going to college now, then they have to do that 2-3 years and then they again apply for medicine. They have been admitted directly to medicine now. तिथे दोन काय 3 युनिट अशा आहेत. They don't have even before that, ते परीक्षा घेतात, ते त्यांचं रेकॉर्ड बघतात, ते इंटरव्ह्यू घेतात 4-4 लोक आणि they shortlist some people and from there they admit, the university they admit 90 students, 30 लोकांची बॅच, 3 बॅचेस एकत्र नाही, 30 लोकांना एकत्र घेऊन they will have not to appear now for any other examination, they go directly for medicine. आपल्याकडे सिस्टीम नाही आहे. And this will not work here because हे तुमचं जे आलं ना ते mark, that internal mark, there are so many manipulation of internal marks in outsiders. Where is the question? Lobo may be strict, she may be strict. मी असताना असा प्रॉब्लेम आला. मी म्हटलं our students are suffering. Somebody else gets pride somewhere because we are strict here. आणि तिकडे 30पैकी 29-28 मार्क देऊन ठेवले तर what is God can do? You see, unless that honesty is there, that system will not work. And every day you must be reading in the papers about the copy and all those things, how it's happening.
So 2 more questions. When did you meet Dr. Satoskar, Mrs. Satoskar? Where did you meet Mrs. Satoskar?
Mrs. Satoskar was student of JS Medical College. Okay. And when I was houseman, she was a student. Okay, ward मध्ये असायची. That is how we met. Because मी houseman होतो. आणि त्यावेळी त्या you can ask her, she will answer that question. They want to know where we met.
The side room this thing. Okay.
By the way, Mrs.
He became
Satoskar,
sick one day.
Mrs.
I don't know.
Satoskar,
I told him.
No, by the
He
way,
has not
Mrs.
told me
Satoskar,
it was this thing.
there are two
And
things.
I was student that time.
Emma, I must
And
tell you 2-3 things.
He pardon.
Mrs. Satoskar helped me quite a lot. Out of question. There is nothing like it. Without that, I
That
could
is
have
afterwards.
Two, she looked after 2 children very well. You know, they are extremely well established. So there is no problem. She is a gold medalist in OBGYN in the University of Bombay. And she was also sports champion for 2 years, 3 years. We had a lot of those cups and all those things. Now I don't know whether they have sports day. They in the sports day also.
It is a sport week, sir. They have it.
not the way we
not the
used
way you-
Salvi was there, Salvi. You know Salvi, no? He was very keen of organizing sports day in those days.
आपला पायी होता ना, he was taking lot of practice.
तसं झालं.
Sorry.
Here one this thing, flying matches. Keyboard म्हणून माझा running I used to get first.
But then,
Old if you take, you will see that my photo and all these things.
but then she did very well as far as administrator. She still remembered. That is one of the great things in Kenya.
It was a time.
People are
They are going to
very
interview her separately as an administrator.
What?
They are going to interview separately as an administrator. That is the separate.
So that's
Let me tell you, municipality did nothing for us. If at all, municipality created problem for both her and for me also.
not municipality. Mainly it was a
That's a big story. You can write a book on that.
And sir,
All problems you created.
yours is a very rare situation, I should say. There were 3 generations
Yeah.
were in KM.
Yeah.
You were in KM and Madam
Yeah,
Satoskar,
yeah.
then Rajiv,
Yeah.
Abhay, and now Saudi.
Yeah.
So,
आहे माझ्याकडे सगळं.
do you want to give any message to our
No,
in-laws,
that I don't take credit for that. It is
friends?
just a lot, I should say. Yeah. If you
But-
count that way,
But was that the atmosphere you used to
if
stay
you
in
count
that?
that way, we have now 9 doctors in my family. We two,
Yes,
Rajiv, Abhay, there are 4, 6,
yes,
huh?
yes.
7 Sauni, now
And
doing
now
surgery.
these 2. Yeah.
And now Abhay's 2 daughters directly in medicine. 9 doctors will be there.
But,
That credit doesn't go to
But
India.
you were staying in the campus for a long time, all of
No,
you.
one thing,
So
Nima, let me
that
tell you. One
atmosphere
thing,
and
whatever it is, another thing. To do good work, you also require good surroundings.
that is what.
KM remained high because KM had an academic atmosphere which was not there in Chennai. That is why KM, because those people who came initially, some of them may not have done research, but they were excellent as far as the academic atmosphere is there. Even J.C. Patel did lot of work. Dr. J.C. Patel, you know, he did lot of work. He was academic minded. A lot of people recommended. We used to have, you know, in our time, how many people used to visit KM and we used to have lecture, talks, almost every 15 days on the board, so and so visiting your talk, etc. Professor Sen, you know, there he introduced quite a few things. There were clinico-pathological conferences. When at night, because their daytime not available, I have attended them. You know, in the evening, 8 o'clock, clinico-pathological conference started.
And you know, Neha,
With Suman Kindre,
when I was going to always to meet with
Professor.
him,
Then Professor Sen,
कुठे भेटत होतं नाही मी आठवत.
Professor Sen introduced death conferences.
Because she is coming from
Analysis
this
of
side
death.
and
You know, why the patient
she was
died.
in skirts that time.
Death conferences. I don't know whether surgical department still continues those things or not. I don't know. How. Because recently I have not heard any
मला
names
माहिती आहे
for
सगळं
it.
आता system इथे.
So again, fortunately when Professor Sen came, again it got a boost of academic atmosphere. And there was Professor Sen who created lot of good people. You know, Parulkar was trained by him. Then Apa Kulkarni, he went and joined Bombay Department of Anesthesiology, Dhruv, started radiology, Malini. You know, before that, this took was an engineer.
She is beating her.
You know, this is all Professor Sen's pushing. One man. So he created atmosphere. You know, as I said, surprisingly, person whom I used to fear as a student became so close to me. You know, I was also shocked because I was an introvert. I never used to mix up with anybody. But Professor Sen, Raghavan was not like that. But Sen was very arrogant and he used to pick you up and pull you up. Come and do this, get me. You know? When somebody came to his department, something was talking about sodium metabolism from Israel, he said, okay, we have got person, you discuss with him. He sent him to me, you know, about this tropical climate and sodium and all that sort of thing, you know. So he was very active and he was pushing, you know, that's what Professor. So what you require in academic atmosphere, you know, I always used to tell people that suppose if I do research, I have got ideas, I do research, but whether I am doing correctly or not, what changes could be made, I couldn't find anybody surrounding who can give me good criticism. Not a single person. Even in writing books, I have that experience. You see? So unless you have that academic atmosphere, you cannot produce good people. And to create atmosphere, again, forgive me, but Dean has to be good. He has to be vision. What development you want. That's what did Dr. Daigude, and all that what you see today is Daigude's vision. The last thing that happened, the new building came in, that was in C.K. Deshpande's time.
I don't take tea.
You don't take sugar.
Tea, I don't take tea.
Coffee?
Nothing.
Coffee I can give.
I don't take tea and coffee. I don't.
Nothing better. My pani.
But there are some people like Dr. Bhandarkar who were part-time but worked almost like a full-time.
There was full-time honor.
And that is why he could develop department endocrinology.
See,
Acharya Bhai. So the way she worked. See? And now of course
I hope they have put some photo or something in the inside the department at least. Because she had done
neurosurgery, our top department.
see, when did Dr. Bhandarkar was given the charge of endocrine
What about your sugar?
When did Dr. Bhandarkar otherwise it was diabetes of Dirwani and all. But then finally Dr. Bhandarkar was given. Which was the year when this was happening?
I don't remember the year because I was not involved that time. I left now by that time. When I left, Bhandarkar was with me all the time. Then Isolo department went to Nair, KG Nair. Bhandarkar was there. Then when Dr. J.C. Patel retired, Dirwani was to be in charge of it. But you know, Dirwani suddenly got president. And that time, I think,
He was given.
Dr. Raghavan retired. You see, when Raghavan retired that time, I think he was given the charge of the department.
I just wanted him to give
You should ask him. He didn't tell you.
No, maybe I'll ask him. Nalini only.
Nalini may be knowing it. And then he fought for all this study and only got it recognized for DM for endocrinology. You know, they are very sincere medical. And he is the person who, by his own hands, developed radioadjuvant acid. Radioadjuvant acid. That he started radioadjuvant acid. And we started doing T3, T4 now, those things. After now, of course, they are doing everything. And now it is a big department here in endocrinology. So, now that is why Bhandarkar, why should have Bhandarkar done that? What he got? Monetarily, he didn't make any much money. This is his own satisfaction.
Sir, what
Whatever people do is own satisfaction. See, I had very good offers when I came back. And very good offers outside, particularly in private firms, including foreign firms. And my pay would have been 10 times more than what I was getting in KM as assistant professor. but I refused to go. One company was corresponding with me for 6 months that you join us. See what I got? When I retired, I had no money. You want to buy a flat? Look, I tell you that. And that is the tragedy of this country. You see, people wanted appreciation, not money. Did not do. I can take it. I had problems.
You take it.
You know, once the WHO Delhi office
I put this.
called me to write a small booklet for the health workers who were barefoot doctors or health workers. They should know some of these things.
कुछ नहीं.
Nothing. Water. Cold water.
Nothing.
So they wanted to write a small booklet to be given to the health workers so that they can diagnose some small things and they will know when to refer it to the patient. And they should handle some 10-15 drugs like aspirin, etc. But they should have information about that. So they went to the municipality that we would like Dr. Satoskar, we will write this book, you please come here, Delhi for a month and write and finish the book. Our deputy municipal commissioner wrote, we cannot spare Dr. Satoskar, if he goes this will happen, that will happen, that will happen. When this paper went to Suktankar wrote, what is this? This is a great honor. Somebody is calling our person to come and write a book for WHO. We should deliver him immediately. If I go, you think the department would have stopped here? Enough staff was there that time. But I don't know, he thought that we should not spare him. See, I think the book will be here probably. देखो तेरा पुस्तक काढ ले ए देखो के एवे शशी हे तेरा पुस्तक काढ के ते आहे का बघ जरा
कुठलं पुस्तक
वरती पुस्तक आहे बघ वरती उघडले ते बाजूला आहे बघ आता उघडले ते वरती हा या बाजूला हा ते हा ते बघू लेट मी सी This was written in 1 month. And lakhs of copies were sent to Africa and all those things, for primary health purpose. This was written. And this, actually, although the book was written in 1 month, it was not that easy. I worked here and prepared already a draft before I went to Delhi to finish it. Only I went there and you finish it touch. Because you cannot write, because here is something like a professor writing for primary student. And that is difficult, I tell you. Professor can teach all right here, but you cannot teach primary student if somebody asks you to do that. So you see this book, okay. All those basic drugs they were idle and it was written, benzoate, how that helps, when should be used, how is it supplied, what are its side effects, what precautions you will take, when will you refer it to the doctor?
सर जस्ट असं दाखवा तुमच्याकडे ठेवून असं दाखवा
काय ते
असं दाखवा म्हणजे त्यांना
आता माझं नाव नाही आहे मात्र WHO doesn't put names because that is on contract basis. Actually, this is his second edition. This is not his first edition.
आणि सर ते पण दाखवा ती पण 2 दाखवा ती 2 दाखवा ना अशीच धरा आता धरलं
These are bonded.
थोडे हात हे थोडं हात खाली
Towards the main book. So, were you part of this pharmacopoeia, residence manual, any of those things?
This of course the
residence manual that are beautiful. It's a package.
Sir, you remember we had pharmacopoeia, KM pharmacopoeia.
रिवाइज केला 2 वेळा.
You were there.
First division was made by Dr. U.K. Sheth, but it was mainly B.S. Kulkarni. And then when U.K. Sheth left, next this thing was revised by us, me and Bhandarkar and at that time I was editor of this also, General Opposite Medicine. I was editor for quite then actually ज्यावेळी जर्नल सुरू झालं ना, डॉक्टर दायगुडे असताना काही आयडिया होती अँड पहिला इश्यू आला आणि जस्ट बिफोर दॅट डॉक्टर दायगुडे डाईड. सो इन द फर्स्ट इश्यू पीपल हॅव टू राईट ऑब्लिच्युरी ऑफ डॉक्टर दायगुडे अँड फोटो इज देअर, जनरल ऑपोजिट मेडिसिन. That time N.M. Purande was editor. After that, I think U.K. Sheth was editor probably. I don't know, but I think so. He may be editor for the And when U.K. Sheth left, and when I was transferred back here, I was editor. After me, Dr. Bhandarkar became editor. I suppose. But we learned quite a lot in editing and all those things. And otherwise, we never had any teaching like this. This is how somebody like me learn like this only. That is self-learning. That is very important. That's what I'm trying to tell people. We are now trying to give education like that. So we are producing doctors, but they cannot think parallel.
Manual that was there.
Resident manual, this thing, pharmacopoeia and resident manual.
It was together.
ते छोटा होता म्हणजे असेल ना ते पुस्तक इथे असणार माझ्याकडे ते. That was a pocket. You must have seen that. Pocket house that given this pharmacopoeia and resident combined. Pharmacopoeia मध्ये काय होतं त्यावेळेला KM was dispensing a lot of medicines. Mixtures देत होते, टॅबलेट देत होते and all sorts of things. आता केम मध्ये काही देत नाही, डिस्पेन्सिंग कमी झालं. पण दॅट टाइम डिस्पेन्सिंग वॉज वन ऑफ द इम्पॉर्टंट थिंग. आणि फार्मसीमध्ये मॅन्युफॅक्चर करायचे तुमचे सलाईन बिलाईन सगळं कळलं आणि हे द्यायचे. आणि दॅट इज वाय देअर वॉज अ ड्रग्स फॉर्म्युला विच वी आर डिस्पेन्सिंग अलॉंग विथ दॅट इन्स्ट्रक्शन रेसिडेंट गाईड. How to, some pathology was there, and instruction to patient and all sorts of things were there. That we did, I did that. One thing I got. But again, fortunately we had good people along that time and we could do a lot of things. Now got it.
ती तुम्ही डॉक्युमेंटरी दाखवली म्हणता ना, वर्माने बनवली होती डॉक्युमेंटरी. त्या आपल्या रेडिओ आयसोटोप सेंटरची लॅबची डॉक्युमेंटरी बनवली होती ना अमर वर्माने. तर त्याची तुमच्याकडे काही प्रिंट वगैरे आहे त्याची कॉपी? नाही.
ते काय असेल त्यावेळेला सगळं न्यूज दाखवत. It is not only documentary on that. Before the main feature films, they used to show news.
पण त्याचं काहीच
All India news, all India news.
त्याचं काहीच तुमच्याकडे नाहीये.
Strips असायच्या, strips. You see? So this was one of the strips in that 10 minutes of news.
पण ते तुमच्याकडे काहीच नाही. आणि तुमच्याकडे काही जुने फोटो आहेत?
पण ते यांनी पब्लिश केलं होतं नंतर अमेरिकन वार्ता तो दाखवत होतं ना. America because he dies.
पेपर्स वी हॅव. तुमच्या पेपर्सची तर आमच्याकडे लिस्ट आहे ना, आणि पेपर्स पण आहेत ना सगळं तिथे आमच्याकडेच. तुमच्याकडे आहेत ना, फाईल केलेले आहेत आपल्याकडे.
आहेत आणि मला ते जरा हे करून घ्यायचे
We return all those photographs, but we want to have digital copy. सगळे फोटोग्राफ आम्ही घेऊन
नाही त्याचा फोटो आहे का मला माहिती नाही. त्याचा फोटो
Now I would like to request the tech team to please play the reflections video.
A very good evening to you all. It is indeed my pleasure to speak about Reflections on Medical Humanities, annual volume published by Dr. Manu.V.L.Kothari Chair and Division of Medical Humanities, Gosumec Alumni Association, under the patronage of Dr. Sangeeta Rawat, Dean, St. G.S. Medical College and KEM Hospital, Mumbai. The first issue of Reflections was published in the year 2019, the theme being History of Medicine, Looking Back to Improve the Future. The book comprises invited essays, poems, cartoons, quiz, crossword, and articles which were published before in different medical journals on evolution of branches and development of specialties in healthcare, great personalities and inventions in medicine and healthcare overall. The issue for the year 2020 was based on interpersonal relationships in healthcare. Again, invited essays and cartoons on doctor-patient relationship, doctor-doctor relationship, and medical teacher-student relationship were included. For the year 2021, we chose very apt theme of COVID-19, the human angle. Essays and poems in English, Hindi, Marathi, paintings and photographs contributed by teaching and non-teaching staff and students of St. G.S. Medical College and KEM Hospital who shared their experiences both on personal and professional fronts during the pandemic. The theme for the year 2022 was Literature and Medicine. It is a collection of articles, book reviews, and poems in English, Hindi, and Marathi, and also paintings and cartoons related to the theme. Now, for the years 2023 and 24, the proposed theme is Reminiscences, Our Days at St. G.S. Medical College and KEM Hospital. As we move towards the centenary year of our institution, let our fond memories come alive in the form of nostalgic writings about our learnings, not only medicine, but also life lessons that we learned here. Let us talk about our devoted teachers who inculcated values and shaped our lives, priceless friendships which we cherish lifelong. Our writings will instill a feeling of pride and a sense of belonging in all of us, the readers of the book. We, as well as the future generations of students, will understand the power and beauty of expression and reflections. We will be enlightened about the history and glory of our institutions, past students who have contributed to the welfare of the society, and the role model teachers and mentors. We know, irrespective of the generation, we are bound by a common bond of being GSites. However, we also need to accept and adapt to changes which are inevitable following technological advances and societal transformations. At the same time, the students will learn that even though the changes are occurring, the humanitarian values and principles of ethics are unchanging. Hence, we appeal that the reminiscence and nostalgic memories shared on this platform of virtual reunions be expressed in the form of writings to be included in our next issue of Reflections. I, Dr. Swarupa Bhagwat, Editor Reflections and Associate Professor, Department of Transfusion Medicine at this institution, will be privileged to connect with the individual batch coordinators for sharing more details regarding the same. Thank you very much.
Now, it gives me utmost privilege to propose the vote of thanks. We'd like to thank our Dean, Dr. Sangeeta Rawat Madam, and Academic Dean, Dr. Pathak Sir, for their continued support and encouragement. We thank the Gosumec Alumni Association for administrative support for correspondence and financial transactions of Dr. M.V.L. Kothari Chair and Division of Medical Humanities. We thank Mr. Tushar and Mr. Badal for audiovisual and technical support. Dr. Mhatre for video recordings. Last but not the least, a big thank you to Dr. R.S. Satoskar for sharing his time and experience with us. Also, Dr. Rege ma'am and Lopa Mehta ma'am for the interview.